Blessed love and family. Welcome to the Oyun Botanical Garden. It's your brother Roscoe. Just want to give you an update on Wagwan because you know it's summertime. Everybody complaining about that heat. It is what it is. That's part of the world we're living in. I want to big up our family, Eco Paradigm family, who came out here this strong and got us right. You'll see some of their work on the other side. But what we're doing right now is just transitioning, of course, because life is full of transition. That's the only constant in life, change, you know? So that's what the old folks say, that old church hymn, hold the God's unchanging hand. So let's talk about that, what that look like. If I can have about 3 minutes of your time. I want to start with the end in mind, the seal in mind. We want to welcome you to the next market on June 29th, right here, or July 29th, sorry, right here at Oyun Botanical Garden from 11 to 6. So, this was popping. As you can see for yourself, we can show you better than we can tell you. This right here is called black cherry tomato. I can't fake it. I can't fake it. This is a real good sign that I want to just point out for about 30 seconds. The sign is that even when we got here this morning, Sister Audra and myself, Queen Yenn pulled up, these flowers were not blooming yet. If you look at these, you might tend to be like, oh, that's done. It's bad. It's not looking good. Let's yank it out. No, baby, that's not how life is. That's not how nature is. There's an old proverb that says, when not dead, no dash away. Translation, if it's not dead, don't bury it. Abbey Lincoln, the great jazz singer, said it in a different way, you know? This is protea, not protea. This looks like the protea, but this is the cardoon. We talked about that before. One of the beautiful plants that's perennial. It's just like eating celery stalk, and look at the flower that it produces. Very edible, very medicinal. Look it up. This is Oyun Botanical Garden. It's a learning garden, and you can only learn, or you can best learn by what you see. So we don't want to just be living in the theoretical world. So in this world of AI and all that's going on, technology, I'm not fighting it. We just want to make sure we stay grounded in the science of what I want. Come with us. Whoop, I almost walked into a spider web. Of course, we got the peppers, we got the kale, you know, a lot happening all the time. What we're preparing for, though, is the fall crop as well as the second summer crop. So we got squash coming in the ground, we got cucumber coming in the ground, we got arugula, we got carrots. Yes, carrots. Big up my little big brother, Farmer Chris, who gave me the hack years ago at Truly Living Well. You can eat carrot, you can grow carrots all year round once you keep the soil the first 2 inches, you know, moist. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the heat of summer. This is the temple field. One of my favorite fields here at this garden. We're under the sacred tree, the protection tree, otherwise known as the black walnut tree. Produces some of the most medicinal foods known to humanity on this earth. You know, and do remember, by the way, a parasite cannot exist without a host. How much time I got? About 2 minutes? Come on. Of course, to the name Oyun Botanical Garden, it's not just a name. It's not just something we just felt like it's like a nice catchphrase or whatever, right? It's what it is. And that's what we're transitioning to. It's always been that, or we transition to even something more deliberate and something more intentional. So we want to be able to demonstrate to you some of the beautiful plants that are available to us in this creation. This is turmeric, as you can see. And this is its third year in existence in this bed right here. We're going to thin it out a little bit because it keeps on multiplying itself. It keeps duplicating, right? One of the great anti-inflammatory plants. And big up to one of my teachers, Farmer George, at Cedar Farm out there in Snellville, taught me that this leaf is actually as medicinal as the root. So imagine when I found that out. Just juice it, and it's like the gift that keeps giving, y'all. Just clip it, and it keep on coming. All right? We're preparing ourselves, like that song in the background talking about. We're preparing ourselves to be a sanctuary of the Most High. If you ever tune in to Oyun Ministries, be a reflection of God. And don't get spooked out by that word, you know what I mean? Because we can get into a whole rabbit hole with that. I'll let Queen Yenn handle that, you know what I mean? And Rascope will tell you about that when you come out to the garden and dig some soil with me. Come on over here real quick. Oh Lord, prepare me to be We're passing a whole lot of stuff. I just want to give you a little update. Because really, the real hack is to come out and touch the earth. Did you know that there are hundreds of antidepressant microbes in the soil? Did you know that? Isn't that I say so? So-called scientists say so. And now they're just affirming what our ancestors knew all along. The healing is in our mama earth. The question is often asked, a couple questions that I want to address before we seal up. The question is often asked about, well, these plants kind of look tall. What's up with them? If you come close, please. Each notch is where this was plucked off from before. It's the kale. And we grow this year round, even though it might be known as a cool weather crop, because this particular kale is something that is native to places as diverse as Kenya, in the hot Swahili coast, or Scandinavia and other places in the cold Europe, right? So a great food, something that the family loves, that's why we grow it. And what you're seeing is the fact that the family love it. All of this is where it started. And as we pick it, it's the gift that keeps giving. The nature of the brassica plant is to continue to replenish itself, to continue to give more and more and more, like your grandmama. Like your grandmama. We always got to big up grandmama because we stand on her shoulders. You know, I've seen it somewhere on the social media, and I bear witness. We are here because of our mama's prayers, right? Our ancestors' prayers. So big up grandmama. And the thing about grandmama is, it's kind of criminal to go to grandmama's house for dinner all the time and let her feed you and not give her back something. Not massage her feet. Not wash her feet. So this is mama, and this is the same principle at play. Life is a farm. Another question is often asked, and I want to address right now, last thing before we seal, is about what is the top 3 things that we can do to prepare for the winter crop or the fall. Because I tell you the truth, I smelled autumn this morning. I tell you the truth, I ain't talking mystical, spooky, nothing. I smelled autumn this morning. And naturally, because that's the next season. And civilized people, they always look ahead. Not in anticipation, like, anxiety, just plan. So that's what we want to talk about. How do we plan for our winter crop? Well, the first thing I want to ask you to do is, before you write anything down on paper, meditate, you and your family, or you and yourself, is just you, on what you want. Why do I say that? Well, Rumi said, what you seek is seeking you. That's not just some kind of spooky, or mystical talk. That's science. That's the law of attraction, as they say nowadays, right? What you seek is seeking you. So first, think about what you really desire. Because what we're doing with that is we're activating that ancient connection with our mother. We're activating that, right? And when we activate that, that's when the beauty happens. Like they say, preparation and opportunity, that's where success hits, right? So we're preparing first in our heart, because this is what I want to get across to you. If I get nothing else across to you, this is an intimate connection. I love my life, what I do. Whether the money was flowing or whether the money flowing or this, it don't matter. That's another story, because we're not taking no vow of poverty. You understand what I'm saying? But the point is, this is the currency, the joy that this connection with our mother produces for myself. And so I can share it with my people, because I don't want to give my people nothing I don't like, right? So first, what do you want? And then after you figure out what you want, write it down on paper. And when you're writing it down on paper now, do your due diligence, do your research. I am an advocate for the farmersalmanac.com. I don't own no stock in that company. However, they give great information in terms of the nature of the plant, because you really want to know the nature of the plant. Because you might want pineapple, you might want peppers, you might want okra in the winter. When you seek the nature of the plant, you'll see, well, I got to wait till summer for that, right? So second thing, seek the nature of the plant. Do your research and start doing your crop plan. Write it down. What Badu say? When you put it on paper, that's when it becomes real. Badu was talking ancient science there, right? So write it down, make your crop plan, and then order some seeds, y'all. During the pandemic, which some people claim is still going on, during the pandemic, the seed, a lot of the supply chains really restrained, because this old world, I'm saying that old world because we ain't in that world here. That old world is fading away. It's not sustainable. So it's showing at every corner in the banking system, in the religious system, whatever it is showing, right? So I'm saying all that to say now the seeds have become more apparent and more available again. Order some seeds. Check out some of those great seed companies online. There's a lot of heirloom seed companies. There's a lot of black-owned seed companies online, you know, and we advocate for that for obvious reasons, right? And then, as they say, if you plan your work and then you work your plan. Let's get out here in the soil. All of that is in the heart and in the mind and everything, and that's beautiful. As I seal, I want to remind us of what the Prophet Muhammad said one time. He said, if you see something that you want to change, if you see evil, change it with your hands. If you can't do that, change it with your mouth. If you can't do that, change it with your heart. But that is the weakest of faith. What does that mean? It means let's put our hands to work. Love is an action verb. Again, July 29th at the Garden. We look forward to meeting you here. We look forward to sharing with you. We have family that is very passionate about what we do. And I know you know that if you've been here before. And that's what we want to share with you. We deserve nothing but the best. See, so big up our sister Queen Yenn for holding it up in a beautiful way. My name is Ross Kofi. On the Farm is our company, onthefarm.com, ondafarm.com is the website. A lot of exciting news that you can check on there and check it out. Same way on Instagram, On The Farm. Like us, share the vibration, and most importantly, take something you've learned that you were inspired by and apply it today. Ashe.